Welcome to Revelation Live, number 180, Ancient, Free, and Accepted Masons. This is a very special night for us, as I hope it is for all of you. Education is a very, very important part of Masonry. And as we go through the program, I will discuss just how important that is, and just what really was a very important reason why we're all here as Masons today, and how that all came about. But first, I'd just like to say we are here to honor students, teachers, and administrators in Cherry Creek School District. We have 6 schools represented with 12 students and 6 teachers. We have an administrator that we're going to give a special award to. And we'd like to say welcome. Masonry's been around a long time. Just how long, nobody knows. We're called ancient, free, and accepted Masons for a specific reason. Ancient because they think it started somewhere around the time when there were active guilds of actual operative stone Masons who built temples, fortifications, and the cathedrals throughout the world. They're called Freemasons because these men had freedoms others never had. They could go from city to city at will. They could go from country to country, collect wages where they could support themselves and their families. But others who were not included in these guilds decided they wanted a good thing too. So what they did was they petitioned these lodges and these guilds so they could become members. There weren't the opportunities for education that we have here today. Very little opportunities for the average person to become associated with knowledge, philosophy, mathematics, and the arts. And so the lodges started to accept other men throughout the community and also allow them to participate and join in their lodges. And they're called accepted Masons or speculative Masons. Now there are plenty of opportunities in Masonry other than just for men. We have Himaloy for young boys. We have Job's Daughters for young girls. We have Rainbow for older couples. And we have Eastern Star, which is basically a family organization. And we have other branches of Masonry. The highest you can assume in Masonry is to be a 3rd degree Master Mason, which we are, as we are here, we are represented as Master Masons. There are other rites, such as the York Rite and the Scottish Rite, that allow further growth, further progress in the principles of Masonry and the teachings of Masonry. Masonry, our goal, is to make good men better men. We take that very seriously, and as you can see, it's working. For some, it's working. So thank you. Well, what I like to do is just kind of outline what we're going to do. This is going to be very informal, and I hope it's relaxing, and I hope it's a lot of fun. What we're going to do is we're going to call the students up. They've been briefed that they are going to have to say a little something about themselves. And then we're going to have their parents come up as well. And their parents are going to explain how honored and how proud and how relieved they are that their stepkids got this far.
That's all the time.
So
right?
we're going to do that too, and so hopefully that'll work out pretty well. We're also going to honor the teachers. As a past teacher, and having been married to a former teacher for over 40 years, we understand the work and the dedication and the love and passion you put into your profession. When I was studying education at Kent State University, they told me it was not considered a profession. And I always thought that was a bunch of baloney. And so with that, we're going to honor you, professionals in the education. Can't thank you enough for your dedication, for your achievement, because it shows here today. Thank you very much. We're going to start with Cherokee Trail High School. When you have your program, you can follow along. We're going to try to stick to that. And we'll see how that goes. Now, I'm just going to step down here. I'm not going to use that anymore. We're going to call up our first student.
You're gonna make me, no, you got glasses on.
And I tell you what, I've read your resumes, and I just can't believe, when did you ever get a chance to study? That's the question I have. Plus all the other things you guys do these days. We'll get into that maybe when we have refreshments, we can talk about. I used to sneak down to the payphone at the end of our street to call my girlfriend up there when I was in high school. And I used to always have the change in my pocket. That was the tough part. But I didn't want anybody else in the family to know what I was doing. So I had to do it that way. And that was how we kind of did it, right? But you guys have a whole different...
They don't have payphones anymore.
Nor do we have any change in our pockets. Well, anyway, let's get on. Okay, from Cherokee Trail High School, we have Chelsea Clay. Would you please step up? You're the first one. In recognition of excellence in academics and leadership. Would Chelsea's parents or your parents would say? Chelsea, would you like to tell us somewhat about your accomplishments and some of your goals and aspirations as you go through life?
I'm Chelsea. I play softball at Cherokee Trail High School, and I've lettered all 3 years, and I'm also an academic letter all 3 years. I'm also a part of yearbook club at my school, and I hope to either go to CU or CSU.
Great. Thank you. Dad?
She's done very well. All her time in school. She's made us very proud. Hopefully she keep doing
I couldn't be more proud. Yeah, I'm glad.
Anthony J. Richardson. Anthony was secretary of the Model United Nations Club. He's an international baccalaureate student, volunteer at the library, church, and tutors student athletes. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
Sure, absolutely. So, I also participated in my wrestling team at Cherokee Trail. I'm actually a first year letter this year, so very proud of that. And I also partake in, I do tutoring for athletics, like you said. That's pretty much it. I do National Honor Society as well. This is my first year National Honor Society. I got a pin this year, so I'm very excited to continue that next year. See what's that.
Anthony's parents like to step up. Mom, is there anything you'd like to say?
I just feel very proud and lucky to have a son like Anthony. He makes me proud every day. And it's nice that eventually he will grow up and move out. Because I have 3 more, so.
Well, I'm glad you're a good model for those.
Do my best.
Dad?
When Anthony earned his black belt, he chose to saying from Sun Tzu, confront chaos, discipline. And I thought, wow, that's a very deep, very intrinsic, character-building statement. But now I realize, looking at the young man who's growing up, he kind of picked me correctly, because he confronts challenges with integrity. And I'm more proud of him.
Well, now we'd like to honor Thomas Southall, teacher from Cherokee Trail High School. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Says he wants to help students and athletes gain self-confidence when faced with handicapping conditions. United track and basketball coach, unified, excuse me. Sports clinician for National Veterans Summer Sports Clinic. Assistant coach for USA Paralympic track team 2011 Pan American Games. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, thank you to Masons and to the Revelation Lodge for honoring students and teachers. I told my mother-in-law and my grandmother-in-law, I guess would be, that I had gotten a teacher award, and they said, "Oh, congratulations." My wife Shannon is Job's daughter, and so when we told my mother-in-law that it was an award from the Masons, they were much more impressed.
We go deep.
So on my wife's side of the family, there's quite a history and tradition of the Masons and the Eastern Star. So they, as well as myself, thank you very much for your work and your service and your recognition of education. Now, I'm used to standing up for 99 minutes, so. just ring a bell and I'll know it's time to shut up. But, part of the prayer service tonight kind of talked about being aware and that others are less fortunate than you are. When I was a young kid, now it's east on Colfax, but it used to be west on Colfax. I grew up going to the Children's Hospital. And so I learned pretty early in life that how someone may see me as being handicapped, being born with only one hand. I learned at a very early age that there were others much less fortunate than myself. And so I grew up 7th out of 8 kids, good Catholic Italian family. So I knew that what the love and support of a family is all about, and knowing that there is the service of others, and the kindness of others, whether it was with the Shriners with the Children's Hospital, whether it's with the Rotarians, the Masons, that it's gentlemen like you and women like that are in the room that really benefit athletes, students, teachers, wherever the case may be. So I just want to thank you for this award and appreciate all the service of the Masons.
No, I'm just very proud to be married to this man, and he makes me proud every day, and just to see him go above and beyond to work with athletes and students, and his perseverance and overcoming, and we don't even see this as a handicap, this is just who he is, and giving that perception to students who have disabilities, and let them see that there's life after that, and there are dreams that they can pursue and reach as well.
Tom Southall, in recognition of excellence in education and classroom leadership, we present you with this award. Thank you very much. Cherry Creek High School, the first student, Mia Hoover. Winner of Gold Key for a Scholastic Art and Writing Award and Silver Keys twice. Academic letter for 3 years. Varsity tennis, teacher and acolyte at church. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I love Creek, and I'm also on the Principal's Advisory Council, which is really helpful in giving a voice to the student body on certain issues, which I really appreciate. And I love volunteering at my church, one of my favorite things to do. And I love playing tennis, which is where I was when we rushed over here. So I love doing that also. And I'm really hoping to go to Stanford and be a writer, so that's my main goal with
great goal to have. Right? Mom, what would you like to say?
There's nothing that she doesn't do that surprises me. I truly admire Mia. She's probably one of the most disciplined people I know. I mean, I never have to follow up with her or ask her to do anything. I mean, she checks her grades more than anyone I know. I'm like, okay, take a break. So, but she's just an amazing young woman who I'm just so thankful to have with her.
Mia she's an inspiration to me. Just to see how focused and committed she is to the goals that she has for herself. It's nice to see, a teenager, much less anybody that you may come across that's just so focused and they're so clear on what they want to do. So I'm just grateful that I'm her father, and I've been able to enjoy this journey with her. And I just think the sky's the limit for her. So I'm just really proud that she's been able to be honored in this venue. It's just a real great treat.
With that, Mia, for excellence in academics and leadership, I'd like to present you this. Confirmation small group leader at his church. Started and maintained Cherry Creek High mobile app for smartphones. People, Facebook.
I hope so.
Sounds good. Pursuing private pilot certificates. Is there anything you'd like to add?
In addition, I'm also a K-Life small group leader, and K-Life's a really cool organization. It's a Christian-based organization, and it's very similar to Young Life. In addition, I was just elected senior class president for next year, so I'm extremely proud of that and excited for what I can do in that position. And then, again, just because you're kind of on the topic of public education, I think that it's really the school that I go to and the public education that I received that enabled me to create the Creek app. And that wasn't something I coded. We actually hired somebody to do that, but our school gave me the ability to get to a point where the school is willing to dedicate funds to that purpose. So I kind of want to thank the school for that as well.
Mom, Dad, would you like to step up?
Stan and Sharon, his grandparents, who drove 4 days from Florida here for this today. Thanks, Stan and Sharon. And then his other grandparents, Judith and Ken, who live here and spend a lot of time, or whatever time is available. As you can imagine, these kids are so busy today that it's hard to get them nailed down for 5 minutes and catch up with them. So our time is very busy, and we really enjoy watching both our kids in action. Teller gets involved in everything that he can, and we're very proud, and it's fun to watch. And I can talk all day, but I'm not going to. Thanks for being such a great kid. Appreciate it.
Okay. We kind of said some of our stuff at home because we didn't know we were going to have to talk. So we said, hey, we'll just tell you some stuff at home. But I guess the biggest thing that I would love everyone in this room to know about him is that God talks to all of us, but Teller listens. It guides all of the choices that he makes. His integrity and his moral character and his generosity and his willing to help others, he's got that, and it's so amazing to watch. You don't want to say? Okay. Oh, and I do want to say one more thing. His grandfather was active in the Mason Lodge when he was younger, because his father was the potentate in Nebraska. So that's one of the reasons he drove so far.
You're gonna have to squeeze in, or somebody step up on the step, or the short people behind you. Wow. All right, look there. Don, you're not in there.
I know.
Got one more picture left on.
I don't feel like driving back to Nebraska tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Hold it down.
Tyler, in recognition of excellence, academic, and leadership. Present you with something. For Jennifer Stobbs Vergara, Jr., please step up. AP Scholarship, Honors Diplomatic Candidate, competitive dancer, active Girl Scout for 10 years. Can you add to that?
Well, I just recently earned my Girl Scout Gold Award, which is the highest award in Girl Scouting that you can earn. And I did it for an underprivileged youth class on oral hygiene because I want to be an orthodontist. And that's really the main thing that I really want to do because teeth are just so important in everyone's lives.
I'm very proud of Jennifer. Thank you for being such a good kid. Jennifer is graceful, she's personable, she's helps around the house sometimes. When Jennifer started signing up for classes in high school, she took first, one AP class her freshman year. And then her second year, she's taking AP chemistry, which normally, sophomores don't take AP chemistry, and then she's taking all these other hard. And I asked her, why are you taking so many AP classes in her classes? And she's like, well, because I want a challenge. And it was shocking to me how such a kid could be so, just so dedicated and focused on her education. And I was so grateful. And she's just done wonderful things. She's also earned her Girl Scout Bronze Award and her Silver Award. I mean, she's worked her way up through Girl Scouts. She's very dedicated to community service, and she's just wonderful and a beautiful dancer. I just can't say enough. She's awesome.
Well, we have a number of Scout leaders in this lodge, so they certainly appreciate your commitment and your dedication to achieve those high awards. So congratulations on that aspect. And Jennifer, in recognition of excellence in academics and leadership, we'd like to present you with this. Stephen Tibbetts, Jr., Eagle Crest. News editor for the school paper. Fourth in state for extemporaneous speaking. Outstanding Student of the Year Award. Church, Boy Scouts, and youth groups. Stephen, what would you like to add?
Well, luckily for me, the form of debate I do is called International Extemporaneous Speaking, where I am given a random international topic and I have half an hour to prepare, memorize, and use as many sources as possible in a 7-minute speech as I present to judges at the end of the half hour. So hopefully this should come along well. I really like newspaper, as mentioned. I'm the news editor. I've done a lot of reporting. I try to do a lot of international type reporting at my school. I've had some pieces that have gone on to get awards. One was an honorable mention last year for the Colorado High School Press Association. I am not a photographer in the slightest sense of the word, yet somehow one of my news photos happened to become third in that contest. Apparently, if you're at an Occupy protest, you just take a picture of some random guy in a mask, that'll get you miracles, I'm telling you. What am I involved in school? I am cursed with something called tall lankiness. And that condemns me to be a cross-country runner and a swimmer, which I've done for all 4 years of high school, well, I guess all 3 years at this point. I really like to read The Economist for fun. I'm that guy. I'm involved in National Honor Society. I somehow managed to get my way into National Spanish Honor Society. I work with freshmen in a link leader program at our school. And I'm very involved with my church. I'm very involved with just trying to be the best person I can and work my hardest and do my best to become what I can eventually be.
Stephen, as you can
Chantel's pretty self-motivated, and he's very independent and very confident, and he's very disciplined, and so it shows in everything he does. He's involved in a lot of things. He's the oldest of 4 boys, and he's a great example. So we're very grateful to you, and we're very proud of you.
Yeah, Stephen came home one day when he was in 6th grade, and he said, "Dad, I figured something out today." He said, "If I come straight home from school and I immediately start on my homework, I can get all of it done and then have a little bit of time after to myself." I thought, wow, that's great. I hope all my boys have learned that. He's been working hard ever since, and he's very involved in a lot of things, as he's mentioned. And he also gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be at a church education class at 6 that he does every Monday through Friday before he goes to school. So he puts a lot of time into what he does, and we're very proud of him.
Recognition of excellence in academics and leadership. Would you like to present your We have Aaron Kessler, teacher. Eagle Crest. Wants to help kids learn how to think scientifically. And boy, we could use it in this country, can't we? Director of Vatican Bible Camp. Vacation. You know, I did that 3 or 4 times last night too, so I think sunk in. Makes stained glass. I have to ask you, are you a Gemini?
I would know.
When were you born? No, forget it. The reason is I'm a Gemini, and I indulge and really have a respect for the scientific. And then also, on the other side, my other half really likes the arts and creativity. So that's why I had to ask that question. But anyway, is there anybody who'd like to speak on behalf of Aaron? About Aaron? That'll work.
I haven't. That's okay.
That's okay. While he's coming up, would you like to
Sure.
do that for us?
I had to prepare a speech, so I didn't talk too long. I've taught at Eagle Crest High School for more than a decade now, and I truly can't imagine being anywhere else. Our students have some incredible stories and have reached impressive heights. My fellow staff members do a fantastic job supporting one another, and our administration treats us as professionals. My job has to be one of the best in the world. I get paid to play physics with students all day long. I get to see their amazement when they experience something that they didn't expect to happen. And I get to hear them laughing when their learning turns out to be fun. My AP students continue to inspire me through their amazing achievements. Calculus-based physics provides a challenge for even the brightest students at our school. Yet they continue to work through the problems until they truly understand the information. Thank you for this.
I would just have to point out that she's an incredible mentor. I came late into the profession, and all I have to do is follow her example. And I get to work with students like Stephen and Jennifer every day. And a lot of people in our department get to benefit from it, and a lot of our students.
Aaron, in recognition of excellence in education and classroom leadership. Would Aaron Norton Jr. please stand? Cross-country captain, 10-time school record holder, volunteered on Joe Michelossi's campaign for Colorado District 6.
Well, it's like a 6-time school record. That's a typo, but that's okay. And then, well, I don't know, just getting this award kind of got me reflecting on just how like incredible it is to be able to just have these environments where you can just learn so much and just be able to really, I mean, especially Grandview and Mr. Waldrover especially for cultivating that environment where we just really can shine and just can grow our minds and really learn just all the subjects and be inquisitive and I don't know, just thinking about how wonderful it is that you guys are supporting that. It's just fantastic.
So Erin is an inspiration to the whole family. She keeps us going. She is one that wakes up at 4:45 in the morning so she can start her training for her running. She is involved in church, youth group, in the band since 6th grade, plays clarinet. So sports, academics, definitely, and performing arts. So she's a well-rounded young woman. She is an inspiration to many of her friends and students, and we're very proud of her. And we look forward to seeing what she becomes and how she inspires people throughout her life. Okay.
Oh, I just remember Erin being in first grade and walking Mickens at kindergarten. And I kind of got ahead before I went. I couldn't hear what she was saying, but she was giving him pointers. So she's always enjoyed school.
Thank you.
Do you have anything?
Your brother Mick?
Now's your chance.
So we do like a ton of the same things, like I do cross country and we pretty much take the same classes and stuff. So she's really inspiring, just see how she does so well in the mall, and it keeps me like working hard so I could like achieve the things that she's achieved. So it's really helpful and stuff. And,
Was it? Okay. Erin, in recognition of excellence in academics and leadership, I'd like to present you with this.
It's on timer. Just hold it for a second.
That's what I brought my wife. Craig Kinney, Jr. Sorry about that. Sophomore class president, freshman basketball, leader of the pack award, volunteers with Special Olympics skiing. Would you like to elaborate on any of that?
I came here thinking I'll get up here and give a little spiel about how, my parents and my teachers have really affected my life and allowed me to develop as a student and as a person.
That's good, go with that.
No. Listen, I love you guys, but there's actually one person in particular that I think I owe much of my development to, and that's my older brother, Alex. Alex is 26 years old, and he was born with developmental disabilities. So from an early age on, in the past 16, 17 years, I've had to learn how to deal with that, and every time he's kept me, moving to that next step, how to be patient, how to understand, and how to learn from literally everything that he does. And so without him, I wouldn't have gotten involved in the special needs community. I wouldn't have joined the Adams Camp and Special Olympics, and those are probably the two biggest things that have shaped my life. And I will not forget them, and I hope to continue them as I grow older.
When Craig was 6, he had a terrible disagreement with his father and developed and exhibited at that time his extreme ability to self-motivate, organize, find the answer. He climbed up on top of the cabinet and got down the yellow pages, and I said, "What are you doing?" I'm looking for a new dad.
we have 5 kids. Alex, of course, is the oldest. Craig is the youngest with his twin sister, Mary. And he has been a joy and a great friend to all of them. He has always had a great focus on education and ambition to learn. In first grade, he came home with his report card. We have a whole list of Craig sayings. I'm saving for his rehearsal dinner. But he came home, and in high school, middle school, you get A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's. No, not. In elementary school, you get H's for high achievement, and you get S's for satisfactory. Craig came home, and his older brothers had the report cards, and they all had A's. He opened up his, and it all had H's. He says, "Oh God, I must really stink." We explained to him that was good. So by the time he got to 3rd grade, he was in a discussion with his mother about chores. And his mother had asked him to take out the trash. And he was being obstinate, did not want to take out the trash. And so he turned to her and said, "Listen, Mom, I'm not the trash boy. I have an education." She's always been a spirited child, but he has been a joy. And he and his sister being the last of our 5, we are not looking forward to the empty nest that, unfortunately, I think a lot of parents do look forward to. I wish I had more. Anyway, thank you.
Craig, in recognition of excellence in academics and leadership. Deborah Stamatis, teacher. Helps? I asked if the group sitting over there were teachers before, and she said, "What about principal?" I said, "That'll do." I thought it was fun. Help students that struggle with the reading process. Member of International Reading Association. Place tense.
Well, my passion is literacy, and I teach reading courses at Grandview. I'm also, Craig, I'm the coordinator of special ed, so I share your passion, and my love for students originated there. This is my year of retirement, so I'm going to move my education into a different area, but will continue to work with, hopefully, teachers. And I'm just so pleased to be honored with amazing young people and colleagues, and thank you for this honor.
You're very welcome. Is anybody here to speak for us? Patrick?
My principal.
This is an absolute honor when, we had to decide who is Grandview's best teacher. That's so hard. We have so many teachers and most outstanding teacher. And, Deb is, she knows in my heart, I've been at Grandview 10 years. And when I came there, just to see what a passionate advocate she is for every student, but in particular for those wonderful students with special needs. She is an advocate for them, but she's also an advocate for every student who struggles with reading to learn. And she's developed a culture at Grandview that we would not have without her leadership and her desire, her passion to make sure that every one of our kids, and all you have to do is not just look at test scores, but talk to kids. They will tell you it's because of her that Grandview has transformed in our ability to raise the reading level of every kid in that school through professional development of teachers, as well as working individually with kids. And to be the coordinator of the entire department. I can tell you one thing, when in 10 years, I can think of maybe 2 or 3 times where she didn't deal with it. So she was an administrator as a teacher, and if you know the work she does, it's absolutely extraordinary, and I can't think of anybody I can much more honor, but also because of the person she is, not just the educator, but her heart is with kids, and she will stand up when she sees that something isn't working for kids. She will stand up and let somebody know that. And I know Karen, one of her colleagues, is here to honor her as well today. So thanks, Karen, and congratulations to you, Jeff.
Recognition of excellence in education and classroom leadership. Brianna. Victoria made it from practice. Great. Victoria Beresons, Jr. Varsity soccer captain. Community service and Abundant Life Baptist Fellowship. Volunteered on campaign for Marcia Beresons, City Council Ward number 3. City Council member Ward 3. Hello. Would you like to add to that?
Sure. Like it says, I am a soccer captain for the varsity team at my school. I played varsity for 3 years. I love it. I love my school. We are one of the most diverse schools in the state. And I think that's taught me a lot, just getting around different people with different cultures and just getting involved. Also, I play for my club team, Guadalajara Chivas of Denver. In addition, I'm in NHS at my school, and I guess overall I'm just one of those people that just always likes to be involved and not sitting around wasting time, but getting something done and helping people.
Victoria is the youngest of 5 children, so I think she has learned from the mistakes of her older siblings. So she has not made a lot of mistakes. She's not perfect, but she's learned. But she's full of energy, and she's either going 100 miles an hour or she's passed out on the sofa. So I think a lot of parents can relate to that. I'm very happy with her, and I'm like you, I am not looking forward to the empty nest. Never want them to leave, but I know they will eventually. So, congratulations.
In recognition of excellence in academics and leadership. Edgar Rivera Garcia, Jr. Varsity soccer captain, communities. Well, I have my thumb on it. Sorry about that. Prairie tutor. We worked on this last night. Yes, sir.
It's
louder, please.
Tepochicali. It's an Aztec word that means the house of youth.
Help Kids School Organization. Likes to help in the community. Would you like to elaborate on it? I'm very interested.
Sure. Well, I would like to elaborate because I also compete in various sports, and I would like to point out there's this one quote that one of my coaches has taught me since freshman year. It says hard work pays off, and I like all these students right here, I bet they also might believe in that because we wouldn't be here right now if hard work didn't. How can I say this again? We were that hard work wouldn't. If we didn't try as hard, we wouldn't be here tonight. And see what else? I think that I want to have everyone waiting on me.
Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, well, he is a good boy. Wow, it's good student, and I'm very happy because he supports me. And well, he is very independent because I need work, and when I don't work, he goes to school. And well, I'm very happy. Congratulations, Edgar. And thank you all teachers because support all students. And thank you for everything.
Recognition of excellence in academics and leadership. And present you. Linda Tran, teacher. inspires students to reach their full potential, wants a bookstore to be surrounded by books, a garden.
I'm not really a gardener, I just pretend I can garden. So. I usually do flowers and then it dies within 2 months, and then one day hopefully I'll have some vegetables and stuff, but one day I'll try.
Well, 2 months, that's pretty good.
I stopped watering them.
This is a tough one. I can help you with that. You can help.
I'm from Aurora High School, and I'm just really blessed to be in that school, and I'm doing something that I love every day.
Anyone would like to speak for Linda?
So I didn't bring anyone to embarrass me.
We have some.
I'd like to speak for Ms. Tran. This is my first year at Overland High School, and I have to say that at this school, Ms. Tran is well thought of by our students and by staff alike. She is very kind and very giving. Our students look up to her, and she does a good thing by our kids. We're blessed to have her at our school.
Recognition of excellence in education and classroom leadership. Lindsay Paricio, did I get that one?
Yeah.
Got one. Theater, musicals, plays, drama club. VOC Youth Volunteer of the Year. Climbed half of the 14ers in Colorado. St. Michael's Youth Band. Please elaborate on those 14ers.
Well, being in the outdoors is something that I've really enjoyed my entire life. And learning how to climb to the top, how to make it, has really taught me a lot of persistence and dedication. And it's given me a perspective on the world that I don't think I ever would have gained otherwise. Because when you're looking down from where at the top, everything just seems completely different, and you feel like you have an impact on what you do.
True. Mom and Dad.
Yes.
And Lindsay actually is named after Mount Lindsay, which is one of the 14ers that my wife and I climbed years ago. And we climbed it at night. We had just got back from a long expedition, and oh, this is an easy mountain. So, and it was a very tranquil night, one of those most beautiful times to watch the sunset. And I think that kind of typifies her spirit, because she's tranquil. She's doing all these things. She's in bed by 9:30 or 10, and we're like, what the heck? And so her ability to manage her time. But, it's really cool when you get to climb mountains with your daughter and ski with her and do those outdoorsy things. So you talk all the time, all the way up, all the way down. And so I'm really proud to say that I get to know her every time, and as she grows, the next mountain just lets me find how she's grown. So,
well, both her dad and I have the privilege of teaching at her school, and I've actually had the privilege of having her in class. And I have to say, as a teacher, you idealize what these students should be like, what they can do to help themselves. And then I turn and look at my daughter, and she does all of these things, and I didn't teach her how to do them. She just did them from day one. You look at her notes, her study guides, everything has just impressed me so much. Her amazing ability to organize and manage her time. So I aspire to that. And this is on top of all of her singing she does with school, all of her plays. She had the opportunity to be the lead of Wendy in our Peter Pan musical, and that week she still had all her homework done, days early, in advance, nothing late. I'm just very impressed with her integrity. She doesn't have excuses. It gets done, and it's marvelous. I'm very proud of her.
She's older than me by 2 years. I've lived in the shadow my entire life. I've done the best I can, but it's hard to learn by mistakes from someone who rarely makes any. So I'm glad I've gotten to grow up behind you, see what you have done so I can base my life off of that, because you're a good example for everyone around.
James Grenade. Did I get that right, James?
Yeah.
2 in a row. Tutoring at Independence and Laredo, varsity soccer, selective MIT summer camp. Would you like to add to that?
Well, to start off, I'd like to say thank you. Feel very honored to be here. Just driving by Smokey, I think a lot of people make a lot of underlying predispositions of what Smokey is, and it's a lot more than what it looks like. We have phenomenal teachers and great students, and I'm proud to be a part of the IB program there, which makes me sad sometimes because I end up not going to bed. I went to bed at 4 last night. I'm exhausted. And in terms of being involved within my school, I have a problem saying no. And I've been involved with, I don't know how I end up in these things. I've been involved in Indian dance club, Model UN, and then I think junior year I found myself, and I ended up being in leadership positions such as NHS, NEHS, and student government. And I just also like to say thank you to my mom for everything. She's made me who I am today, and my family, and my sister as well.
Come on up.
I thought I didn't have to say anything tonight, but I have to talk with the vice principal. Anyway, I'm very proud of James. I can't believe that he's already 17. It has been an amazing 17 years with him since he was little. He was an amazing athlete. He truly was good at everything he did, or he does. He was accepted to go to a challenge school, and that really made me very proud. It was an amazing opportunity. It's a wonderful school, and after that, I can't tell you how many times he says to me, "I love my school. This is the best thing that has ever happened to me because it's just really the best school there is." And he goes there every day. He just, never hesitant. He always is ready for everything. He leaves in the morning and comes very late at night. He's always very focused. And, I just really love being with him, and he brightens my day every day.
Well, James is my little brother, so he's quite a bit younger than me. He was born when I was in 6th grade. So I've had this kind of cool position where I'm not so old that I'm kind of this stuffy adult in his life, but I'm not so young that I also have no guidance to give him. So it's been really exciting to watch him come into his own and be focused, and I'm really, really proud of him. The future is bright because there's people like James in the world, on days when it seems like, maybe one day when I have kids, is it going to be a good world? And it's like, it will be, because there's James out there. Yeah. So I'm just really proud.
Going to be the crying family.
So I'm the brother-in-law. I married into the family, but I've always been very impressed with his focus on academics and his focus on his future. And I feel that he's just very, very dedicated to what's in store with him and what his future holds and what school he gets to go to. And I think there'll be great things. He'll make great strides in the world. I envy him. I wish I could have had the focus he did when I was his age. So.
For recognition of excellence in academics and leadership. Please present yours. Michelle McAlvin, teacher. I'm going to lead off at this line, okay? Wanted to become a nun? Daughter is a senior at Smoky Hill High School. Denver Ballet Guild, Les Demoiselles, VP membership, learning tennis. So I can elaborate.
Well, they're making me retake beginning one tennis, so that's going to go on for a while. First of all, thank you for having us tonight. My husband is so sad he can't be here, as his grandfather was a Mason, and so he was very excited about this award. I grew up in Cherry Creek schools. I graduated from Cherry Creek High School, and I thought that the class of 1976 was the best year ever, and I look at all of these young people and I realize I'm going to have to rethink that. You guys are amazing, and what you've accomplished is so amazing as well. I believe in the Cherry Creek school system. My three kids over here all grew up there. Like the Parisios, I was able to have them as students and as DECA officers, and for that, I think we are the only career that we are blessed that we can bring our children to work every single day. So thank you, and it's a great profession, and I'm retiring this year, and I'm going to miss it very, very much.
Well, I'm very proud of my mom. I'm lucky enough to have, I get to see her every day. It's kind of like being at home all the time. But she's an awesome teacher, and she's an awesome business sponsor, and I honestly can't think of anyone that cares about her students, their students, more than she does. And people come up to me every day and they're like, "Oh, your mom's like my school mom," and I'm like, "That's awesome, because she's my real mom." So I just am really proud of her, and I just think she deserves this more than anything, and she's just a wonderful, a really great role model, and I'm just so proud to just be her daughter and go brag about it to all my friends. My mom won an award.
Well, I'm really excited to be here tonight, and as this being the last year kind of going out, I couldn't be more proud of, this happens to be my stepmother, but it doesn't matter, because the way that she's shaped my life, it doesn't matter that she isn't my birth mother. So I'm just very proud of you, and it couldn't have gone to somebody who deserved it more.
We call her Mimi growing up. All of our immediate friends do. So Mimi has truly been the rock of our family, and continues to be. And I think that I speak for everyone, and we're truly blessed to have her, and very proud that she's receiving this award today.
I'm Michelle's sister, and it's unusual to be able to watch a sibling, we had 5 in our family, actually at work. And Michelle gave me the opportunity to travel with her students to New York City last fall. And I was just so impressed with the way her students respect you and honor you, and how much fun you've had in your life with your job and your career. And to end on such a great honor is truly a blessing. So congratulations.
I married into the family. So, but no, we go back, 6 years or so already. And, I have my family here, and I moved out of state and came back, and instead of coming back home to just my family, I came back home to being the extended family. And I could be.
Well, I'm not a member of the family at all. I just had the pleasure of working with Michelle. This is my first year at Smoky Hill, and some of the first days there, Michelle and her husband were so warm and welcoming to bring me into that family and being part of Smoky Hill. And when I was at the pleasure for the Freemasons, it's been very helpful in making me feel part of that family. One of the most amazing things I get to visit Michelle's class is that class runs like a family, and she's very motherly up there. And they go go to class and the kids know what they're doing. She sends them here, she sends them there, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's an amazing thing to watch, and their kids are very blessed to have her. Additionally, when the rest of us are having lunch or trying to get some grain in, Michelle's running the school store during lunchtime, which is crazy, because kids are coming in and out and they're doing stuff, but those kids love her, and they love what they're doing, and it really is your passion and your love for those kids. And Smoky Hill will desperately miss you when you're gone, but we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Michelle, in recognition of excellence in education, class spring leadership, present you with this award. Congratulations. I think that concludes our presentation of awards to the Cherry Creek District students, teachers. Now we're going to move on to a very special award. For us, this is the first, we hope, along the line of these awards. This is the Jack Burns Memorial Award. Jack left us in December last year. He was the one who initiated this program, reveled around this program, lived for this program, and bled this program. We can't thank him enough, and he is always in our thoughts, in our prayers. And his wife, Karen, is here tonight, and his son, John Burns, manning the camera, is also here in recognition of our presenting of this award. Jack was a teacher. He was a scientist. He was a business major. He was an administrator. He was a superintendent, a principal. But most of all, I remember Jack as being a teacher. He's kind of what's the dad that I didn't have for a lot of years when my father passed away. He was always there to lend you advice. He was always there to listen. And that was the teacher that came out of him. That he was always the teacher. And so for you teachers that are being prepared to retire, forget it. You will always be the teacher. As a past teacher myself, I get on the bully pulpit every now and then, and I start to raise a little cane, but it's in your blood. And it never leaves. Some of us have other callings, but we're the teachers. We mentor those who work with us and amongst us, and that was Jack. That was Jack. And there, a lot of us here are so very close to Jack and his family. So without further ado, in honor of the presentation of the 2013 Jack Burns Administrator Award, goes to Kurt Wollen-Weber. The reason he became an administrator was to have an opportunity to make a direct impact on students' academic and personal growth, and also to help teachers become better teachers through coaching. He is active in his church. He enjoys hiking, climbing, Colorado sportiners, camping, and snowshoeing. For those of you who are interested, we put this together. We're going to have it here for a while. And it's just kind of a bio. And Jack was basically named as the former high school science teacher in Raymondville system, and has been hired as the new principal superintendent for the Hunt Independent School District, according to school officials. Jack never took the easy jobs. He was the guy who cleaned up the situation. He always made whatever he approached and whatever he touched better. And with that, I'd like to present this award to you, Kurt. And congratulations.
Do I have a few words? I think they know that I probably have a few words, but I'll keep it very few. I'm absolutely honored to receive this award, especially in the name of Jack Burns, and it means means so much. And I think for everything that Revelation Lodge does and what you stand for in our community and what you do this evening is just, it's incredible to recognize these incredible educators that are here and these wonderful students and what they do and what they're going to become. And as someone said, I forgot who it was, we don't need to worry about our future. When you work in schools, you see what extraordinary kids we have, and our future is in great hands, and there is no doubt about that. I'm absolutely humbled to receive this award, and you know, it's I'm going to be retiring, and I'll, as I said, be an educator for the rest of my life. My dad was an educator. He went to East High School, Stuck the Road, and now he's 84 years old, and you know, he taught me and coached me, and I went to Sheridan High School, so I've kind of come full circle. I remember winning this award in 1977 when I was a high school junior, so I'm pretty excited that hopefully you'll grow to greater things than being a high school principal and do wonderful things with your lives. But there is no better career, though, and I say that facetiously. It's a wonderful profession. You can impact the future in so many ways, and I hope to do that more by going back and working with kids and being more with my own family. My son is a senior up at CU. My beautiful wife, Leanne, is unable to be here this evening. She's at work, and also at my daughter's soccer practice, who is a 6th grader. So I'm excited to get back with them and be a dad, be a husband again, and but I'll always have my roots in education, and I thank you for this wonderful honor.
With that, I would like to say thank you for being patient with me. This is the first thing I've ever answered in my life. I got through it. I'm a perfectionist, so I'm going to work on it, so next time I do it, I'll do it even better. And that's not anything I'm going to be past master next year, so don't get anything in your head. But anyway, but the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you very much. We are honored to have had the opportunity to present you with these awards. And what has always touched me for the 7 or 8 years that I've been present at this is that people who receive them care. It makes a difference for them. It really does. It's a plaque, a frame and some glass and a certificate, but they've been recognized from the students and the teachers and administrators. It means so much. And I can see that, and I can feel that with all of you as you came up with your families and friends and colleagues, peers, and expressed how you feel about it. And so thank you. That encourages us to even do more for next year. So spread the word. Spread the word that we're here and we're looking for good educators and good students. And we thank you.
Wendy Yee, maybe Miss Yee, she has a beard, I don't know.
Wendy Yee? Teacher? We'll take care of that, but we just want to give her an opportunity if she was here. We do have freshmen downstairs. For those of you who came the longest, you get the first piece of cake. So don't be bashful and get in line real soon. And it looks like it's going to be really good, so I'm going to close this proceedings right now, and again, thank you very much.